So they missed the chance to think big and understand what's going on in our economy. And I'll tell you what's going on in our economy. I call it the Chinese government Cold War. We're in a new Cold War. It's not one of bombs and military in that sense. It's the quiet and silent takeover of the economic assets of other countries. This is how China is gaining influence all around the world. We all know about the election interference issues, but those things are perhaps a little more obvious than this is to Canadians. This creeping strategic control by the Communist Party of China of Canada's assets and those of other countries. Other countries have put in place mechanisms within their investment acts to recognize this and present this. This bill, as it was introduced in the House and as it was debated at second reading, did not contain any of that. Businesses as small as, in my riding, lobster buyers. Lobster buyers in my riding, $2 million businesses being bought for $10 million business by China. They own a number of lobster businesses, the government in my riding. It's how they're getting control of our seafood assets behind the door. And they're doing the same in agriculture, buying land and farms in Western Canada, buying mineral rights in our land, buying our more obvious things, buying, and I'll speak to some of this, buying companies like our only producing lithium mine in Canada. So Bill C-34 missed the law and did all these little small administrative changes. Now, you know, this Communist Party of China Cold War being ignored in Canada might be just out of incompetence, but it also could be, as we know, that the Prime Minister believes that China is his most admired country. So maybe it is more strategic. So let's just take a look at the Liberal government's record on this issue. They allowed a telecom company from BC called Norsat to be acquired by a company called Hytera, which is Chinese-based, in 2017. Hytera doesn't make any money. Conservatives demanded at the time a full national security review. The Liberal minister of the day refused to do so and approved it. Well, lo and behold, in 2022, Hytera was charged with 21 counts of espionage in the United States and was banned from doing business in the United States. But only 8 months later, the RCMP in Canada, shockingly, bought telecommunications equipment from Hytera to put in their communication systems. And when I asked the RCMP in Industry Committee if they were aware that 8 months before, because it was in all the newspapers, Hytera had done this and been banned in the U.S., the RCMP shockingly said no. I referred earlier to the Tanko mine, our only producing lithium mine, which was bought by Cinnamine Resources, a Chinese-owned mining company, and every ounce of that lithium in our critical minerals industry goes to China. So the record on this is very awkward, I'm sure, for the government to hear, but it's a growing concern, and they did not use that, or they did not take those things into consideration in drafting this bill.